Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 20th of February 2025. This day is internationally celebrated as World Day of Social Justice. Observed annually on February 20th by the United Nations, served as a global call to action for addressing poverty, exclusion, and unemployment while promoting solidarity, harmony, and equality of opportunity within and between the societies. This day is also as the Foundation Day of Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram. February 20 is also celebrated as the Foundation Day of Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram. Now starting the newspaper with the world news, including two people killed after two planes collide in a mid-air in the United States, Arizona. Australia scores of failures to be euthanized after a 157 found stranded on a Tasmanian beach. Trump calls Zelensky a director deepens a rift between Washington and Kyiv and aimed Russia-Ukraine war. Very unfair to United States if Elon Musk builds Tesla factory in India, says Donald Trump. White largest sinkhole swallows gardens in United Kingdom village forces evacuations. Indian national arrested in balloon explosion incident in which Nepal Deputy Prime Minister Powder was injured. Now, from the Hindu newspaper, Tesla in India. Trump says unfair to United States if Elon Musk builds factory in India. Donald Trump called out India's high duty on cars during the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United States last week, but agreed to work towards an early trade deal and resolve their standoff over tariffs. US President Donald Trump has said that if Tesla were to build a factory in India to circumvent that country's tariffs, it would be unfair to the United States. In an interview with the Fox News, which aired on Tuesday, February 18, 2025, Tesla's CEO Elon Musk has long criticized India for having imposed tariffs of around 100% on EVs, which protect local automakers such as Tata Motors. In the world's third largest auto market, where EV adoption is still at a nascent stage, Mr. Trump said it is impossible for Mr. Musk to sell a car in the South Asian nation. Nobody can argue with me, Trump, on reciprocal tariff with India. Every country in the world takes advantage of us and they do it with tariffs. It is impossible to sell a car practically as an example, India, he said. India's government in March unveiled a new electric vehicle policy lowering import taxes substantially to 15% if a car maker invests at least $500 million and sets up a factory. Reuters reported on Tuesday that Tesla has selected locations of two showrooms in the Indian cities of New Delhi and Mumbai and posted job ads for 13 mid-level roles in India. It does not currently manufacture any vehicle in India. Mr. Trump said it would be unfair to the United States if Mr. Musk did decide to build a factory there. Now, if he built the factory in India, that's okay, but that is unfair to us. It's very unfair, Mr. Trump said in an interview. Foreign Ministry did not immediately respond to request for comment. Mr. Trump's plans for reciprocal tariffs on every country that taxes the United States imports have raised the risk of a global trade with a war with American friends and foes. Israeli fire kills 3 Palestinians in the West Bank refugee camp. Wednesday's incident comes as Israel continues with the weeks-long offensive that has demolished houses and torn up vital infrastructure in refugee camps in the West Bank. 3 Palestinians were killed on Wednesday by Israeli forces in the Al-Farah camp near Tubas in the occupied West Bank, the Palestinian state news agency WAFA reported. Security forces told WAFA that 3 people were killed after Israeli military fired bullets and shells at their home. The Israeli army said in a statement on Wednesday that the 3 people were mounted terrorists who sold weapons for terror purposes. They said 2 other individuals were detained. Wednesday's incident comes as Israel continues with the weeks-long offensive that has demolished houses and torn up vital infrastructure in the refugee camps in the West Bank. Tens of thousands of Palestinians have been forced to leave their homes in the refugee camps in the West Bank due to the large-scale Israeli counter-terrorism operation which began in the northern West Bank city of Chion on January 21. Israel viewing the West Bank as a part of the multi-front war against Iranian-backed groups established around its borders launched the operation after the reaching a ceasefire in its war in the Gaza against the Palestinian militant group Hamas. Now going towards the Sunday news first, it is that Jaishankar to visit United Kingdom, Ireland in March, trade and economic ties top agenda. Jaishankar visit will be an opportunity to follow up on the trade and negotiation and explore other areas for economic and technology cooperation. Trade and economic cooperation and bolstering people-to-people ties with the top agenda for External Affairs Minister as Jaishankar's week-long visit to the United Kingdom and Ireland next month. People familiar with the matter said. Jaishankar is set to travel to Britain and Ireland during the March 3 to 9 days after the planned relaunch of negotiations on the India-United Kingdom Free Trade Agreement. In New Delhi, the people said on condition of anonymity, this will be also be the first high-level visit to Ireland since 2015 when the Prime Minister Narendra Modi traveled to Dublin. Besides this, the focus on bolstering trade and economic ties with both countries, the visit will see the inauguration of India's new consulate in the Belfast, the capital of Northern Ireland. The people said India currently has consulates in the Birmingham and Edinburgh. Rekha Gupta to be the 9th Chief Minister of Delhi. Delhi Chief Minister designate Rekha Gupta. Rekha Gupta, a first-time lawmaker from Shalimar Bagh in the West Delhi, who rose through the ranks from a student leader to three-time councillor, will take oath as the next Chief Minister of the Delhi on Thursday after a meeting of the Bharatiya Janata Party's and newly elected legislators picked the 50-year-old for the top job. Gupta, along with the senior leaders Ravi Shankar Prasad, Bhaijant Jai Panda, Virendra Sachdeva and others, reached Rajnivas on Wednesday evening on the meet the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena and stake claim to power. She is now set to take oath as Delhi's 9th Chief Minister on Thursday in a mega ceremony attended by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and phalanx of National Democratic Alliance and NDA leaders. 6 other ministers are also likely to be sworn in. Now going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, United States SEC seeks law ministries help to serve complaint against Adidas. The SEC submitted a status update on Thursday on to Judge Nicholas Garofis at the United States District Court, Eastern District of New York, regarding its efforts to serve its complaint on Gautam Adani and Sagar Adani defendants. Meanwhile, according to the PTI report, the Congress on the Wednesday said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had already declared the Adani issue to be a personal matter and asked whether he would oblige the United States SEC request in the ongoing probe against the business group. NRD forms a 7-member committee to review insurance sector reforms. The government's major reforms proposals include composite license, differential capital reduction in the solvency norms, issuing captive license, a change in the investment regulations, one-time registration for intermediaries, and allowing insurers to distribute other financial products. Former SBI Chairman Dinesh Khara will lead the high-powered panel tasked with scrutinizing various aspects of the Insurance Act of 1938 and suggesting amendments. Express file photo of the Santhig. No further projects are being taken up under Bharatmala Pariyojana amid delays caused by Project Bharatmala Pariyojana Phase First, which received the cabinet approval in October 2017, entails a total length of 34,800 km in the 31 states and union territories and covers over 550 districts. The data also shows that in the 9 month of financial year 2024-2025, a total of 1,790 km length of the project was completed till December 31, 2024. According to Science and Tech, we have only the second animal to find its way by polarized moonlight found. A close-up view of a Myrmica pyriformis ant. Before the present study, scientists already knew M. pyriformis ants use polarized sunlight to navigate, but this light fades as the sun sets. The polarization patterns in the moonlight are in a million times dimmer than in the sunlight. So while many animals are known to use the latter, very few use the former. Many nocturnal animals, including insects like ants and bees, follow the moon's position to find their way when they go foraging. But moon waxes and wanes in the cycle and can be obscured by clouds or overhanging the tree canopies. So the animals can't always directly track its position. Now, for the first time, scientists at Macquarie University, Sydney, have found that the two nocturnal bull ant species, Myrmicia pyriformis and Myrmicia midas, make their way at night with the help of the polarized moonlight, which, while being dimmer, even when moonlight contains unusual patterns that can point the way. This is also only the second instance of an animal being found to use polarized moonlight to orient itself. 4-year-old donated stem cells to save her baby sister from blood cancer in Odisha. Aliza Naz, the 2-year-old infant, after the bone marrow transplant in SCB Medical College Hospital, Cuttack. This was the first ever allogenic bone marrow transplant performed on such a young child and has created the opportunity to heal many children ailing with the blood relation disease. A 4-year-old girl has donated her stem cells to her 2-year-old sister, who is battling acute myeloid leukemia (AML), a severe form of blood cancer. This marks the first ever allogenic bone marrow transplant (BMT) performed on such a young child in Odisha. According to BMT unit of SCB Medical College Hospital (SCBMCH), where the procedure was performed, Aliza Naz, the 2-year-old daughter of the Shahrukh Ansari from the Jharkhand's Dhanbad, who was diagnosed with a high-risk AML. She initially underwent an induction chemotherapy at the Tata Memorial Hospital in the Jamshedpur in July 2024. Post-chemotherapy evaluation revealed that the disease persisted, upgrading her condition a high-risk category. Professor R.K. Ranjana, a renowned BMT physician, said. Neither ecologically sustainable nor ethical. New study expressed concern over the translocation of the African cheetahs to India. File photo of Cheetahs Corner National Park in Madhya Pradesh's Shiopur district. The study highlights that the translocation has resulted in significant welfare challenges with a mortality rate of 40 to 50%. In the first phase of the project, far below the expected survival rate of 85%. An study case of the Center of the Wild Studies (CWS), which examines the ecological and welfare challenges associated with the translocation of American cheetahs in India, has expressed concern over the translocation of the animals and also raised questions about its scientific merit and long-term variability. The study delineating the environmental justice implications of an experimental cheetah introduced project in India was published in Frontiers in Conservation Science. According to CWS, the study highlights that the translocation of African cheetahs to India has resulted in significant welfare challenges with a mortality rate of 40 to 50% in the first phase of the project, far below the expected survival rate of 85%. Meta announces LlamaCon developer conference on April 29. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg pictured about Meta announced the LlamaCon conference to discuss open source artificial intelligence developments on April 29. Meta announced LlamaCon, once again a new conference scheduled to take place on April 29 this year for the Facebook parent to discuss its generative AI progress and advance of its Llama AI models in the developer-centric setting. At LlamaCon, we will share the latest on our open source AI developments to help developers do what they do best, build amazing apps and products, whether as a startup or at a scale. Mark your calendars, we will have more to share on LlamaCon in the coming weeks, said Meta on its website. All you need to know about the polycystic ovary syndrome. Addressing PCOS at an early stage can significantly improve long-term health outcomes. A multi-dimensional approach that integrates medical expertise, lifestyle adjustments, and personalized care is essential to effectively manage PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. Polycystic ovary syndrome (PCOS) is a complex hormonal disorder that affects millions of women worldwide, characterized by menstrual irregularities, metabolic disturbances, and dermatological concerns. The condition presents significant health challenges. However, timely intervention, lifestyle modifications, and medical support enable women to manage PCOS effectively and lead fulfilling lives. Understanding the symptoms of PCOS vary among individuals, making early diagnosis essential. The most common manifestations include menstrual irregularities such as unpredictable, heavy or absent periods. Metabolic disturbances, often linked to insulin resistance, contribute to unexplained weight gain and difficulty in the managing weight. At last, there's a famous personality from India who's known by his famous name, Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal. Born on 9 November 1877, up to 21st of April 1938, was a South Asian Islamic philosopher, poet, and a politician. His poetry is considered to be among the greatest of the 20th century, and his vision of culture and political ideal for the Muslims of the British rule in India is widely regarded as the having animated the impulse of Pakistan movement. Is commonly referred to the honorific ulama and widely considered one of the most important influential Muslim thinkers and Western religious philosophers of the 20th century. An ardent proponent of political and spiritual revival of the Muslim world, particularly of the Muslims and in the Indian subcontinent, the series of the lectures Iqbal delivered to their effect were published as the Reconstruction of Religious Thoughts in Islam in 1930. He was elected to the Punjab Legislative Council in 1927. And held several positions in the All India Muslim League. In his Allahabad address delivered at the League's annual assembly in the 1930s, he formulated a political framework for the Muslim majority regions spanning northwestern India, spurring the League's pursuit of the two-nation theory. In the month of August 1947, 9 years after Iqbal's death, the partition of the India gave way to the establishment of Pakistan, a newly independent Islamic state with which Iqbal was honored as the national poet. He is also known as the Pakistani Society as a Hakim al-Ummah, the Wazir of the Ummah, and as a Mufakkir of Pakistan, the thinker of Pakistan. The anniversary of his birth, Yom Wiladat Muhammad Iqbal, 9 November, is observed as a public holiday in Pakistan. Rama Iqbal says a very famous quotation. He says that inner experience is the only one source of human knowledge. Okay, thank you.